We probably have about 2 weeks worth of clothes, excuse me, in the truck. I try and do laundry a little bit more often, but if we just can't do it or we're somewhere running our butts off, we can go without doing it for a while. It is so nice when the clouds cover the sun. Very good. So Georgia, I seen somewhere about an hour away from Atlanta, which I didn't actually look because an hour away we probably don't necessarily want to ride the bikes quite that far. But I may end up looking at it because you can pan for gold in Georgia, right? I was talking to somebody and because that's something that you would think would be like a out west thing, and they said that there was places in the east that did it too. It just wasn't as common, and you know, the big gold rush is all out west. So look at all these cars. Oh, I do not like this. Woo, let's slow down. This thing, my brake does not slow me down fast enough to suit me, so I'm a downshifter. Every now and then, if I'm too quick of a downshifter, I might squall my back tire. Knock on wood, I've been successful keeping my tire squalls under control so far though. Sorry, I had it a little itchy. Y'all get itchies in your helmet? It's kind of like when you're doing dishes or got your hands full or something. Like, you know, your nose, that's when it itches. When you put your hands in the dishwater or have lotion all over you, or you know, just painted your fingernails, that's when your nose itches, or that's when you need to do something that's definitely going to mess up your fingernails. Or your helmet's on, you can't find that one hair that's twitching around up there. Church's Chicken, I like Church's Chicken. They got good flavor at Church's Chicken. Is that, is that tow truck for that bus, I wonder? No, the bus is moving. There was a popo back there. They're towing a van. I guess that's not for them. I don't know what that tow truck's doing. He's looking too. Oh, there's a sheriff. Breaking the law, breaking the law. He better be legal up there. Don't be running no yellow lights, you rebel, you. Uh-oh, I'm down 1 bar on my gas. We filled that one up yesterday. This, I don't know, we might have a picture of it. He might put it in there. We moved to the top deck of the truck. So when we were in Wisconsin, we got the Rebel down and rode the Rebel, but we didn't get this one down because it was up way high. Oh, he's pulling him a big truck. I really don't know how people stay. I mean, I do, but I guess you get used to it because we got some friends in Arizona, and at night when it gets down to, you know, in the high 70s and 80s, they're putting on hoodies. But it's just weird. I'm from Illinois, so if it's 70, it's like, woo, it's nice. And when it's 100, it's like, oh my gosh, it's so hot. And then the sun beating down on me and burning me. But people down here are more used to it. And I do know that sometimes once it gets up to 110 or whatever, they kind of slow down too. But I guess it's kind of like working in the fields in the summer. If you start out doing it, you get climatized to it. And you can pick tobacco or shuck corn, or what's it called? Oh, detasseling, not shucking corn. You can detassel corn and whatever because your body gets climatized to it. But it's still awful hot. But I guess it'd be that way in Alaska too, right? Your body gets used to the cold. Now, I'm sure after a certain point of death, you still have to bundle up and start fires and everything. But I bet when if you're used to it being minus 50 degrees all year and it heats up to 40 degrees, you're probably like, whoa, it's a heat wave, buddy. For us, it's kind of weird because we travel everywhere. It's been a couple weeks, we were in Seattle. We were in Minnesota 2 days ago, Wisconsin. Well, it wasn't even 2 days ago, it was yesterday. So that's kind of a weird one when you go. Now in the summer it's not as bad because it's hot. Oh, look at that. Oh, I just poked you in the eye, didn't I? Woo! It's, you know, 80 up there and 100 down here. But in the winter it's kind of weird because you can go up through And it doesn't have to be that far in winter. It can be like August or September. And you can be up in Montana in a snowstorm and the roads are shut down and it's a freaking blizzard. And then we go down to Miami or Laredo or somewhere like that, and it's like, oh look, it's 80 degrees or better. Those are the ones that really kind of throw you off, because you're up north, you got on your heated vest and your gloves and your boots and your long johns. And down south, you're like, oh my gosh, it's so warm and wonderful, because you can still ride and do stuff down there. But if you're sick, it doesn't make for so great either, because then you're going from the hot to the cold. But it is what it is. I'd rather be in a little bit of warm than a blizzard. Last year we had a lot of Arctic blast, and we managed to stay out of most of them. But I heard this year's supposed to be a bad year for snow too, that they were looking at on the Smokies having more snow than usual, and in the Midwest, I think. Y'all look at the Farmer's Almanac. I believe in the Farmer's Almanac 100%. Now I think that they could be off a little bit here and there, whatever. But if you look at that Farmer's Almanac according to what the animals say and what the plants say and all that good stuff, I believe it. Y'all believe in the Farmer's Almanac? And I mean, I don't believe it's like 100% all the time, but I think as a generality, animals, birds know when to fly south for the winter and fly north for when it's done. Oh, there's a cardboard box. That could have been bad. You know, they pay attention to the climate and, I don't know, changes and stuff that we don't even pay attention to anymore, you know? Wasn't it the earthquake in Japan where they said that like one village was saved because it was like a very rural village or whatever? And was it Japan? Or it may have been somewhere else. But it was very rural, and they said that all the old timers said when all the animals started running for the hills, go for the hills. And the village actually, you know, repeated it over and over. And after the earthquake, a tsunami came, and the animals knew it ahead of time because they were all freaking out and trying to run up to the hills. Which, it sounds weird, but I think in today's world, there's always something going on, right? There's always TV, there's always a phone going off, there's always a phone ringing, a text message, there's Facebook. Oh look, I have 2 seconds of spare time. I instantly should be amused by something instead of just sitting quietly with ourselves. I mean, we all do it. I look at Facebook, I look at Instagram and whatever. I would listen to YouTube videos. I listen to audiobooks when I drive. We make YouTube videos. Is that a racetrack? He is looking at that like, oh, we might want to go over there. I bet they make you drive their little go-karts over there, though. But anyway, I think if we all sat quietly, you know, we could kind of get back to feeling more stuff. Maybe not knowing when to fly south for the winter, but still. Old wives' tales. I always get it backwards. Sailor, red sky at night, sailor's delight. Red sky in the morning, sailor's warning. Pretty sure that's what it is. And it's like this old wives' tale that's been around for like thousands of years, right? Since we were sailing the open seas. And they necessarily didn't know why. I listened to a thing the other day and it was talking about it. I don't know. Something about barometric pressure and this and that and particles in the air. Whatever the technical reason was irrelevant. It was true. There was a technical reason why it was 100% true. And a lot of old wives' tales are like that. Some of them aren't. Some of them are, you know, just stuff that people said, or maybe it happened a time or two, so they just thought it was how it was. But a lot of them are true. I started listening to my grandma's, and there's a lot of them that really do ring true. Oh, the yellow light. That's okay. I was going to go through it anyway, even if he wasn't in front of me, because I was too close. So what old wives' tales do y'all know? Or what has proven true that maybe you didn't think was true? One time my grandma told me, whatever day it snows, I'm southern Illinois, so it may not hold true obviously for the whole world, because like Alaska, you know, I think it snows like every day, right? But grandma said the first day that it snows is the number of days that it will snow that season. So I was like, okay. And I think it was it was right around Christmas time, because I'd picked her up and I was taking her shopping. We was buying her some new brassieres and she had lost a lot of weight. Her brassiere was not doing anything for her tatas. New brassieres, new clothes for Christmas, and it snowed that day. So when I went home, I just wrote the day on the calendar. It was like say 22nd. And on the 22nd, I wrote real big 22. It was just a little wall calendar we had hanging up. Next time it snowed, I wrote 21. Next time it snowed, 20. And I got all the way down to 0, and it didn't snow anymore. Now, some days it wasn't a huge snow. Some days it was just a little dusting. But I did it every day, and I was like, oh my goodness. Now, that may or may not hold true all the time, but that sure was an oddball, because I got down to 1 and I was like, well, I'll put a 0 and then I guess I'll go to the negatives. Nope, after 0, never snowed again. Thunder in January means frost in May. Have you heard that one? So I guess if you grow a garden, fruit trees, anything like that, that might be significant. But so far, I've always found that one to be true too. Excuse me, what's that? Fire and emergency. Hopefully we don't need to see him again today. This car behind us is doing so good. See how far they're staying back? I like you, little car. They're probably saying the same thing about my little bike. They're probably saying, oh look, that girl's riding a little weed whacker. We're gonna stay back and protect the poor little thing. Thank you for protecting me, car. I appreciate you. Yay! Oh, apparently we are turning somewhere. Bye, little car. Thank you for being sweet. We're probably going to stop and look at a GPS. We've been driving for, not too far, what? 15 miles? 13 miles? I hope he stops in the shade. Damn it. This bike kicks itself out of gear. Or maybe I just don't know what I'm doing. But I swear this bike kicks itself out of gear sometimes. Where are we going? I think he might be insane. We're going to go apparently hang out at Kroger. It is hot when you slow down, buddy. I wonder if we're supposed to turn back there. So we're making our way back. Huh. There's a Cricket store. I have my phone through Cricket. They're actually pretty doggone cheap, and I get great signal everywhere AT&T does. Wyoming, you do not get good signal isn't it Wyoming? Oh look, there I am in the window. See me? There he is. We're not looking at him. Ooh, hi. Juicy crab. Oh, that might be good. I might have juicy crab instead of pho. I don't know what he's doing up there. Planet Fitness. I guess we're just hanging around the mall for a minute. The Guitar Center. He likes a Guitar Center. He plays the ukulele. I don't play anything on the road. I actually sleep more than him. He has I don't know if it's called a problem or not, but he just don't sleep near as much as I do. I can go to sleep at any time because I have no imagination. I know, right? It sounds weird, but I have no imagination. I'm not capable of visualizing. So when other people see things or hear things or whatever keeps them up at night, don't keep me up. Why is he stopping in the sun? What are you doing, baby?
Want to eat that crab jack?
Okay. Juicy crab?
Yeah, the juicy crab.
Yeah.
Tell them bye-bye.
I'm going juicy crab, guys. Be jealous. I don't know how to push a button. Oh, here. This button?